ball. Of course, she's got the break, and it looks like her speed's going to be absolutely on the rail, close to the rail. Nice, nothing available. Have to find
nice
another
spread
safety
there.
here.
Only 2 balls leaving the rack. 3 ball coming right out to the long rail and back into the rack like she wanted.
That's one of the nicest breaks I've seen.
For sure.
She's going to a tough angle here.
Shot.
I was afraid of that scratch. That was a very good shot.
Kaplan can do something similar off the 3, creating a little more distance ideally.
GRADISNIK is a 678. GRADISNIK is a 678 Fargo, and Kaplan at the table now is a 695. Did she miss the entire ball? I thought so.
So that'll be -1, not too much of a penalty.
Well, worth it. She's going to take an intentional.
Yeah, this is one for the chance at opening up the rack too much. No, she's 1 foul ahead of Kaplan. So at some point, Kaplan could be forced into playing the first shot into the rack.
Interesting. 3 consecutive fouls is what, 15 ball penalty?
That's right, yeah.
Oh, these ladies are accurate with the safeties.
Yeah,
Speed's
nice
pretty good. We
moves.
should take a second. Oh, she's got an easy play off the 8 here. She's got to catch it pretty thin because it could leak by the 5-1 and go to the corner. Yeah. Now if that comes up, she's going to have a shot. Oh, it didn't. Good
Nice
speed.
shot. Kaplan sticker in the
Similar
rack
to a
here.
one-pocket break. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got to be careful. That ball will come up off the 1 to the left-hand corner. If she even bothers, she's going to hit it real soft. Yeah, that's it.
Off-table plays are limited now because the 8's over the bottom right. Could look for something similar as to what she shot last rack, covering the 8, and 11 still not available to the bottom right. A bit of moving here. This was all produced from the strong break from Kaplan. Didn't really separate much from the rack, so. And moving here in the first 4 innings. A couple intentional fouls.
It looks like she gave up a shot here. They're both looking.
Not quite. So going to play over again similarly to what she has in the last 2 shots. Using the remaining stack to cover whatever's on the right side of the table. Off the 13,
She could.
maybe?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking she could do. She could play this off the 3rd team. It's a gamble because if she hangs it up, she's giving up a couple balls, and one of the balls will be a break shot with a 1 ball. Would be a break shot to open it up. She played it off the ball. Nice shot. Now, do you go for the bank or do you play another safe?
I don't mind going for the bank here. Kind of assert yourself at the beginning of the rack, but might not be a very advisable play.
I actually like that because if you go for the bank, you're not guaranteed a shot on that 1 ball. So you're risking, and your reward isn't guaranteed.
Yeah. 11 does pocket here. Worst case scenario on a carom off the 8. She'd want to go directly at it. And kind of send the cue ball towards the short rail, which is not positive for position. See what you can come up with. And tried to carry him, caught it thick. Didn't leave anything though.
A fortuitous safety. I like a safety into the stack here.
Yep. Yep.
Just go straight into that. The two balls on the right there, the 2 and the 6, I believe. Oh, it just did it this way. Either way. See, I like putting them up against balls for safeties when it's available, and that was available.
Yeah, a little bit of left spin to promote the cue ball to go towards the stack a little more. Up spot for Kaplan. Playing out an open territory here, and this has gone all wrong for Kaplan. Left the 8, left the 11, 13, pardon me.
I think she was trying to come underneath that ball that's right in front of the cue ball that's all alone there. Is it the 13 or 15?
Yeah.
The stripe right there. She was trying to come back underneath it, and it leaked out to the top. She's going to open up the rack here. Cue ball.
The cue ball, it's okay. 9 ball. I think the 9's available on the right side. Good spread, as long as she's on the first ball here. So it'd be a favor to run the rest of the rack.
And with the first opening shot, let's see how she develops the rest of the rack.
2 out of the 3 play okay as breakouts. Six will have to go before the 3. She might try to get over into the 6 right now. Not quite directly there, but move the 10 in a way where she can get up to 6 in the next shot.
Well, Miss GRADISNIK defeated Romina Lenk and Rika Valrinen to get to this winner's qualification, whereas Ina Kaplan defeated Veronika Ubrutova.
Both players with kind of a similar style, kind of more of a square stance, slow backstroke, a little on the longer side of the backstroke. A lot of strong up-and-coming women players in Europe. They're still kind of looking to get to that final upper echelon up there with the Chinese Taipei and Chinese players. But they're well on their way. Jasmine Ocean been leading the charge for years as far as top of the team in the women's European rankings. Six ball's got to go at some point. 7 would be a good key ball to lead into the 3 in the breakout. Might go 5, 13, 6 here.
Yeah, if she can land on the window between the 3 and the 7 for the 6, she'll be in good shape. And the angle coming off this stripe on the top of the table should get her to that window. She could play the 7 ball first, too.
Yeah, Cue ball was kind of drifting forward, so there was a position on the 7 there. So have to figure out a good key ball to get back onto the 3 now. 11 could work. 7, 6, 8, 15, 11. Might be able to push the 3 a little closer to the stack here. Backed up on that. Still looking good.
She was able to hold for that 6 nicely.
Push the 3 a little further from the stack, so that's not going to bode well as far as a breakout. Still could go with the same pattern I've been thinking about. I think I would. She's got to shoot the 8 now. 11's in the rack. Get the cue ball moving on the key ball towards the breakout ball now. 3 plays a little better onto the 15 than the 15 plays onto the 3. Would you ever consider the 15 as a breakout, or not now?
No, I'd take the 3 ball for a breakout. Now she's going to have a hard time getting to it, leaving herself a good shot. She'd do well to just go ahead and, well, I don't know. If she can get to the center, just before the center of the table, she'll have. No, it's too tough of a shot to come and try to break him out. Let's see how she handles this. I would play the 3 ball next for as a safety, or just take the ball and get a safety off of that.
The try. It's going to be too straight to really develop much action out of the rack here.
Well, she did a good job in running the rack. Both players were -1 to begin with. Did Anna score a point the first game?
I don't think so.
So then, because they don't have her at -1, but I remember she took an intentional up on top. So it should be a 13 -1 score. A scorekeeper I'm not, so don't trust me on that.
Very shallow angle here. Going to do well to just separate 3 or 4 balls from the rack.
Yeah.
And get on one of them.
I was going to say she might be able to get the corner. Yeah, didn't work.
People can play safely in between the 6 and the rack, or even just freeze onto the rack a little safer. Smart shot. A little tougher to get out as far as safe for Kaplan here. Could try to put her back in the same place. We'll have to watch the speed and how the 14's comboing into the 12. Doesn't want to leave the 12 anywhere. And go for the safer play here. Both players will be guarding around the 11 over by the bottom left. You can slow down a lot of energy with object balls if you go into the 2 here and try to freeze onto the 5. Call the 8. That, George.
She's going to wish she didn't make it.
I know. Well, if it was, it's like if it was that wired, then maybe consider playing position there. But Anytime there's a multiple
I,
ball
I
combo, you can't always predict what's going to happen.
yeah, I kind of think she was pushing it to the pocket. I don't think she was playing to make it. That's why she didn't play position. Although, can she make this ball?
Yeah, she can.
I don't even.
Back.
Oh wow! So then great job.
Yeah. Well, she's back on offense here.
I thought
I
she couldn't see those balls. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well.
People drew a little late on her there. Might have been trying to draw into the 12. Two's available. If she does play the 12 up with some right spin, she could get the angle on the 2 to pocket into the bottom left and open up the stack. Pretty tough to develop anything as far as a breakout if you start with the 2 here. Slightly easier shot. Yeah, miss from GRADISNIK, and then it'll be Kaplan back at the table here. Looking to score her first offensive point. Ooh, that was a handy shot. 11 available now. Unfortunately, tough to develop any kind of breakout options off the 11. 2 straight. Cue ball's going to the short rail here. She can come up 2 rails and get an angle on the 14 where she's able to open them up. Not bad. Big shot coming up for Kaplan now. Except for cue ball's barely going to glance the 1. But you're kind of playing into the middle of the short rail going up table.
Depends on how she hits this. She might have to worry about that upper left-hand corner pocket.
Yeah, you could actually stun around it.
Yeah.
Focused a little too much on the cue ball there. Lost the pocketing angle.
I think so.
Yeah, and another good chance for GRADISNIK now. 7-6, the real only problem in the rack. Lined up reasonably for a combo. Three ball looks okay as a breakout. Gonna have to get into a tight area on the 9 to open up the pocketing avenues for the 3. 14 can go second here.
Both players won their matches with their opponents getting to mid-30s. So
Okay.
neither one had a easy go of it, but neither one had a hard time of it either.
Yeah, I think you'd make Jasmine the favorite if she's all divisions really here. So definitely the one they're going after. But both these players capable. And straight pool is that type of game too, where your opponent matters because if they're putting up big runs against you, it's going to be harder to win. But really, it's kind of a game against yourself, just trying to put together high runs together. Come around 2 rails here towards the 2 and then 1 rail back. 1 and 3. A little too much angle here, but you can cue the ball extreme low. Kind of drag draw at the cue ball. Slow down the movement coming off the rail as much as possible. Nicely done. Good angle going into the rack now.
She was able to hold that nicely. Good job.
Yeah,
there.
almost overheld it in a way.
Yeah.
But you'd rather have more angle going into the pack than less and straight pull.
Yeah.
So good shot.
And we're sponsored by.
Go ahead, George.
I'm sorry. We're sponsored by the Predator Group, Simonis Cloth, Aramith Billiard Balls. You see the Mesa balls that they're using. Longoni, Kamui, Hansavest, and Folger. They're playing on the Predator Arc table, 3-piece slate. Everything I've seen about this table looks absolutely fantastic. I'm watching the rails. They use the K55 rubber, top speed rubber cushions. Everything about it looks just great. You know, you watch players to see how close they are on their pocketing, especially when they're banking balls. Everyone's real close to where they're aiming. So we might see these tables in the U.S. by latter part of this year. But Europe gets them for a while.
Yeah, they remind me a lot of Gold Crowns. Very classic design. Sleek, sharp looking. Three ball can be used to open up the 2-9-11 stack. Good amount of open balls to kind of navigate it into that area, kind of near the 1 that she wants to do to attack the 3. Gonna get at it quickly here. Looks like 1-3 pattern now. It's always nice when you can get into the breakouts earlier. There's a better chance of getting onto another ball. As we were saying in one of the previous matches, George, the old school was kind of pick off all the open ones first and then go into the stack. But
Right.
more and more modern times, players have been kind of trying to develop those balls earlier. Got a little straight here. Gonna have to use the ball in the short rail to come draw back into the stack 1 rail.
Anna has been playing these European pool championships since her first one was in 2021. I'm sorry, 2012. She took a first. Her first win was in 2021, 22, and 24. So she's been playing them for about 13 years now.
Pretty high up there in Fargo, somewhere near the top 50 in the world. Eight ball is going to be the best breakout ball of the remaining balls left here. 15 is going to have to go before the 8. She has a shot at it now. But possibly looking to develop something with the 7-12. I believe both the 7 and the 12 go to the bottom left. I like dealing with them earlier.
In reference to your statement, Eric, out of the top 100 ladies in the world, on GRADISNIK is number 52. You were right on there.
Okay.
Kaplan a little higher at number 40 with a 690 Fargo.
No, don't see much time here. Getting to the rack pretty quickly. Only the one blocking the air on the two on the side. Falls pretty efficiently when she's been in. Strong setup. I think she'll favor the 4 as the key ball, moving back towards the 8. Like to get straight on either the 7 or the 12 here. With a short, so then she's forced to shoot the 4 now. Still possible to get on the proper angle on the 8 off the 7 or the 12.
Yeah, it's hard to get that cue ball off that rail from there. Not sure she has a shot on the 8. The stripe ball might go by though.
I think they both go on the bottom left, and I think
Do they?
cue ball's moving. Yeah, I believe so, and I think cue ball's moving a little bit to the left off the 7, but looks like she's going to take the 12 here. Going to the left off the 7, and she is. She's trouble here. It's going so far left that she can't hold it up with right spin. Play a big power shot. Typically, you'd want to play this with bottom and left, but the bottom and left is going to trend the cue ball to the right side of the table, so she might have to punch to the short rail with right spin. Try to come around the left side of the 8. A little straight for that shot, but it is possible. Ski moving the break ball in the last shot. So it's going to get a little thin here.
I don't think she put the cue ball in the rack, so she's going to have to shoot from there. It looks like she has
Go ahead.
looks like she has space to make it.
Yeah, she does. I think. Biggest issue is can she get enough draw and get back into the rack? It's definitely on the thin side. I don't think it's really there. Might be able to just catch the outside edge of the 11 with a bunch of left spin. Max draw and a bunch of left.
I wonder if it's worth playing the safety here instead of just making the ball and then playing the safety. Rail the ball out of there and put the cue ball against the bottom of the rack.
Yeah, safe would be pretty much guaranteed if you were to go safe here. I guess this is a little more aggressive. You can separate some balls from the rack. Just have to have good knowledge of exactly how to play into the side of the stack here. Smart shot.
And there's your good knowledge. They have it. It's actually a very effective safety.
Yeah, it looks like Kaplan can thin off the right edge of the 13 and play the cue ball between the 15 corner pocket and kind of play up the left long rail. If you go up table here, you got to make sure you kind of line up the 3-6. 5-6. She did. That ball must not be available past the 6. Be a very aggressive
if
try on
that,
the combo.
I would go rail first, or if the 5 ball doesn't go on the 6 ball, because your cue ball's
Yeah,
going to play safe anyway.
Yeah, good call. Not a lot for position, but could get something going. Looks like she's going offense here, or maybe shooting the 5 straight in.
Wow,
Oh, I'm surprised
she had
Kaplan played it
room.
like that then. Yeah, she really had to
She
stick the
what?
cue ball with more distance at that point.
I I think the cue ball got away from Ina.
Yeah. So Anna was already a commanding lead and a good opening here in rack number 4.
2 racks
Might
away.
have, yeah, might have just enough angle to create some energy going into the 14. Definitely on the straight side. She's really straight. She could draw back past the 1 and play the 7 on the side. Okay. Cue ball's definitely going into the rack here. If she had the 7 in the top left, she would actually leave the proper angle for the 1 on an easy breakout. Looks like the 14's blocking the cue ball, or there's not enough room between the 1-14, so she's going to go into it now. 15 opened up, but very thin. I think she's trapped here, Jordan.
I think she'll just. I'm trying to see, play that ball and just get into the stack there and just stay in the stack.
Yeah. Kind of wedge it between the 11-14.
There's 2 ways. I don't think I'd mind hitting this 14 with some speed to get a rail and stopping the cue ball right there.
Yeah,
Just like she's doing right there.
Into
Yep.
the 12.
Yeah, just there. Perfect.
So 2 open balls in the rack. Next couple shots will be very big for the overall result in this rack. Likely looking for something down near the short rail here. Kind of blocking off the balls on the left side of the table. At the same time playing safe around the 7. Got to be careful how the 15's moving though. Could go off the 11 and kind of play the cue ball down in the short rail area. Sure about this. I don't leave the 9. Oh, look at this offensive try.
Might
Very
prove costly.
offensive there. Yeah, very offensive there from Kaplan. Being stuck in the score line, felt like she needed to make something happen. Can't tell if the 13 pockets into the bottom, or the 12 pockets into the bottom right. If it does, that'll lie good for opening up the 10-3 area. Thirteen's playing good to get that specific angle on the 12. an interesting shot here. 2 rails towards the stack. Not one of the more common breakouts in straight pool, but a breakout that is there. Move them. 12 definitely goes now. Gonna have to develop a breakout ball within the next 5 shots. Thirteen's okay for the breakout. It is want the 12 to tie up with the 13. Not the easiest shot here either. If you make the 15, you're over top of the 3 is extremely tough. Probably over top of the 3 with a bridge, but if you make the 15, the position's pretty natural towards the 4.
I think she's playing safe to the bottom part of the table. Yeah.
Yeah. Be careful though. You're leaving. Always going to leave something there.
Well, Ina Kaplan has shown you that she is going to be aggressive because she's very far behind, so she has to make something happen.
Yeah, she'll definitely be going offense here. And big shot in the overall match for her. Good.
Again, paying a price. But she has to shoot those shots right now. She's got to get an opening. She's got to force an opening.
Still lying okay for the breakout. And come over to the right long rail here and a bunch of right spin and try to get as straight on the 3 as possible. Just thinking about that too, just crossing over for the 10. Kind of came in between a bunch of shots, but straighten up on the 10 that she should be able to draw straight back to the 3. Worst case, you could bump into the 3, try to put it into a perfect breakout position.
Anna in 2023 had 2 second place finishes in the women's 9-ball and the Olima Open, and then 2 third place finishes in the Lascaux Open and the Treviso Open.
Okay, so she's right at the top of the women's European tour.
Sure.
Don't see her as much in the Predator Pro Billiard Series. It's tough when you're coming from a small country. You know, the funding is generally not as high in those countries. Less people to kind of travel with or even practice with. So
She had a better 2022.
She's won events before.
Oh, I don't. Yeah, she won the Predator Treviso Open in 2022, and then with 2/5 in Johan Pangu Open and the Slovenia Open, and then the second in the women's 8-ball Euro Championships, along with another 5th in the Lascaux Open. That was in 2022. She knows where to end up in the Final Four. I tell you that.
Yeah. Yeah, probably getting overshadowed by Jasmine a little bit near the end of those tournaments, but obviously a very capable player here. Hasn't made too many mistakes. Forced Kaplan into a couple tough ones.
She also had a first in 2021 in the Pangu Open, St. Johann Pangu Open. Yeah, she finishes in the top 5 almost all her finishes. Pretty close. The last 3 years.
Good angle going into the rack here. 20 balls away now from victory. So one rack and a little bit left with the GRADISNIK. Good opening, perfect on the 2. Gonna have a chance to make a bit of a run here. Want to get into the 6 and the 11. I'm going to start opening up the right side of the table a little bit. 3 is available in the bottom right. That can play her into kind of that middle area near the 115. Five, 9, 4, 3 could work here. She can get on the 3 right now. Doesn't need to. She kind of just gets in an area where she could shoot the 3 or the 4. That'll play fine.
I believe the ball on the spot goes too, which is a stripe.
Yeah.
Looks like the brown stripe, 15 ball.
Yeah, they really all have pockets once you get into that small area there.
Yeah.
Even the 8 goes in the bottom left. I think the 14 possibly goes in the bottom left. She just has to get herself in kind of a power position. Small movement with the cue ball. Good shot. Broke them out even more. They go easier now. 7's going to be a good breakout ball. Fortunately, it's probably the one she has to shoot now. Could shoot the 1 if she chooses. Still lots of balls on the table to develop another breakout ball. Six 11 still has to be dealt with, but she's done well to clear out the middle part of the table here.
Yeah, well, both the 8 and the 14 will go to the corner pocket, so just stopping the ball there where she's going to shoot this 4 ball will serve her well.
She might play into the 11 here. If it does, that'll be a positive going forward in this round.
Opens that up, and she's got an insurance ball with the 8, or the ball in the side pocket to the left.
We'll be looking at 6 as far as the breakout ball. At that point, wanted to hit that thicker. Didn't really end up on anything else. Yeah. Combo's available, but she wanted to shoot a ball straight in. Taking a look at the 6, I don't think it's there. Yeah, I think this deep into the match, I think you got to keep going here.
Well, Ina has not hurt her, so nice shot.
She can get into the breakout now. She'll need about 5 or 6 after this rack is done, so she'll be looking to get a solid breakout ball to a point where she can open up a fair bit of balls out of the rack going to the final leg. Not sure there. I really feel like she was trying to get into it. I think she did too. She would have needed some right spin. Surprised she misjudged it. If the 6 goes, she's okay, and she's kind of on that pocketing line, so I guess it's possible that it barely does. Might throw it in with some left. like it is available, so she might try the 1 or kind of play the cue ball up table. She could line the
I would
1 up,
actually
blocking. Go ahead. Yeah.
I was going to say I would offer a safety off this 1 ball. She's going to bank it. I would offer the safety to the top of the leave the 1 and 10 ball. Nice shot. Leave them all, you know, lined up on the rail and the cue ball on top.
Just wondering if she needs a real specific angle to pocket the 6 here, and maybe she got it. Maybe she just didn't quite have it from where she was before. Still not going at the 6. It just must not be available.
She's going to cut this down the rail, huh? Wow.
Yeah, this broke down at the end of the rack there. Ended up running into the, trying a breakout, tied up the 615, and things got tough from there. So Kaplan's got to start now. GRADISNIK's about 10 away from the finish line here. Breakout. Just on the ball. 15 could play okay as a breakout ball. So 6, 10, 15 finish here. Big power draw. I thought she'd kind of stay below the 10 when she was 10 in the long pocket. Real specific with the cue ball control here. And tough pocketing to add some more difficulty into the shot. Okay. 10 layup. Not really, it's makeable.
This. Probably just go ahead and make this and then take a safety, or even bank the ball, because she's going to be up in the. This will be a 12-2 rack once she pockets this ball. That'll put us at 65-3.
Oh, there is decent angle to attack back into the stack. I mean, is that the proper play here, George? Is it too offensive at this point because you're so far apart?
I would protect the lead. I would make Enoch come in with some really strong shooting. I would just bank this ball 3 rails behind the rack and leave the cue ball up on top of the table. But since all I've been playing for the last, now who knows, years, has been 1 pocket, I tend more to force my opponent to come to me, especially when I have a lead.
You think more defensively, yeah. I mean, the nice thing here is that you don't have to do much with the cue ball if you were to play offense.
Exactly.
Of course, the flip side there is that you missed the 10 and then you open up the rack. It's a close call.
I just like to play the table as it lies. You know, when it says do this, I take advice from the table sometimes instead of pushing the envelope.
Yeah. She's having a look
except when it's
on
rotation.
The offense. Yeah. Oh yeah, every game's different. This is one of the games I have the least experience at. Just wonder what your insight would be here.
Well, if you're playing a player that has high run capabilities, you definitely would have never played this. You would play the safety. But see how easy her safety is here? She's going to come off the ball and come right back into the stack.
Is that going up table here at all, or just into the stacks up there?
It all depends what she wants to do. It lays for whatever she wants. She went up table. Good call. Now, if she can put that, well, that works just perfect. Especially with the balls opened up there in the right-hand corner. She's got to be careful with what she hits here.
Yeah.
A lot of players will try to roll this ball into the middle of the top two balls, and if it gets away, you've sold out.
Fours there, but the cue ball's looking okay.
Cue ball's great against the rail. Yeah.
She's waiting for an update on GRADISNIK's score, but she's around 65 now, going to 75.
Yeah.
Hold it in the corner.
She's safe to shoot this ball because the cue ball is going to come around underneath the ball there on the bottom and go back up table.
Nice shot.
And she pockets it. See?
Another offensive decision here for GRADISNIK. She could play a bunch of right spin and try to get into the stack. She's taking a look to see if anything's dead out of the stack. I don't think it is.
She's fine. She's going to play a safety. She's going to come straight and leave the ball in the stack. Oh, she went for the ball.
There was a ball in the stack, and that'll be a match winner. I didn't even see that. I was looking closely into all the connections. I didn't see it, but she did. Great shot.
Well, you know, Eric, watching her,
go ahead.
Watching the way she looked at that ball, it looked like she chose not to shoot it, and then all of a sudden she just changed her mind and fired it.
Yeah.
Like, and it's going to prove to be the match winner because she's probably needs about 6 balls here.
Yeah, she has enough open balls now. She doesn't have to mess with the 7, 15, 14. 3's got to go before the 6 or be comboed in by the 6. But other than that, she's got about another 5 free ones here. Never at 66 at the beginning of this round. And she's on about another 3 now, so about 5 to go. She will have to manage the 6-3 somehow at some point.
If she comes all the way down towards the 6 with the cue ball here, she's in heaven. She chose this angle. That gets her there too, though.
Yeah, I mean, you could.
That's a pretty sharp angle.
Yeah. Forced to play the combo now. I think she's still okay on the 9.
I believe the ball right by the spot, which looks like the 14 ball, goes through the 5-13.
Yeah, could consider that.
And she's playing the combo.
It's a match winner if it goes. Good shot. Cue ball perfect for the 5. She'll need 2 or 3 more balls here. 5-6, 11 looks okay. 5-6, 9. 5-6, 14. Should be good. Strong performance from GRADISNIK. Couple runs over 20. A few errors from Kaplan, but really just taking advantage of all the chances she got.
Well, she won the match in 6 racks.